dude is fine!
Let's not focus too much on that either. Because hopefully Nomura will forget that.
What I just said?
Yes, what you just said. He will forget it.
But he's totally not going to forget it because of that Keyblade at the
Because
end
next
of
thing
the
you know,
one
he's
trailer.
going to say some shit like, this is the Dark World's version of The Way to Dawn. This is the Dark World's version of The Oblivion. This is the Dark World's version of The Oathkeeper.
Mickey has the Kingdom Key Dark. The Dark
He
World.
basically said that sword that Riku's using right now is his Keyblade. In his primal form.
It doesn't have a keychain.
That's his Keyblade.
That's his
before it became a
Keyblade.
But it doesn't
let's
have a
look at
keychain.
No,
let's
That's
look
his
how
Keyblade
convenient.
before it became a Keyblade.
Let's look at how
They
convenient.
call it a sword.
no,
That's-
that is a sword.
That it turns into his Keyblade. That is the primary. And so some man, because Nomura said that, came up with this theory that all of the nobodies in the organization are capable of using Keyblades, and their weapons are primordial Keyblades.
So how does this tie into the...
Is that the only reason?
So how does this tie into the shit with
Please tell me that is not
Axel?
the only reason someone came up with this asshole theory.
Well, I mean,
how does this tie into Axel?
Hold on. His theory was that the reason the selection process for the Organization 13 were people were capable of using Keyblades, and so that's how Xehanort decided who he was going to stab in the chest with a Keyblade, and so they're basically using primal Keyblade forms that they basically could have used in real life, but now they're nobodies.
But the one...
So we're going under the assumption that for some reason Xehanort could somehow tell that 12 individuals had touched a Keyblade at some point.
From what at this point, from what I've decided, anybody could use Keyblades.
If that...
But with that being said, it does stand to reason that Axel's Keyblade does look like his chakrams.
Mm-hmm.
My one problem...
Well, of course. Why wouldn't it?
Well, I mean, that does add credibility to the theory.
But if
Why
that
wouldn't
was
it?
the case, why did
What
they
else
pick
would
up
Axel's
Roxas?
Keyblade look like?
A Keyblade.
Maybe a fire's design. But, so I would say my one problem was that, but there were several problems I have with that theory. If that was the case, why the fuck was Roxas there then?
No,
Roxas
you're-
was literally a Keyblade wielder.
You're missing the entire.
No.
The-
So yeah, it basically
The theory.
So in the case of Roxas was one of those happy accidents where the Keyblade Master that we've been watching became a Heartless and gained a nobody.
But still refuse me.
But the only reason that I guess the theory would work is that of course Roxas could use a Keyblade. Sora could already use a Keyblade.
Indeed.
That's not my problem. My problem is once again, why the fuck is this a theory?
You know, when you actually sit there and analyze Nomura's character designs, you realize how awful they are.
What are you talking about, man? Pants or alls?
He is wearing pants are all.
And he's wearing
What's
two
wrong?
belts.
What's wrong with his two belts, man? What? Hey, is it a problem that he has two belts on, or is it a problem that he has two belts on and they're where belts are supposed to be?
Yeah, you're right. He just likes to keep
actually,
his.
look, he has two belts on his chest.
Yeah, I was going to say the problem with his design is the belts on his
those are like
shoulders.
buttons.
Well, what about the belts going
Those
up
like
his
buckles,
shirt?
man.
What about the actual belts on his shirt?
Yeah, you're right. He's just wearing two belts because he wants to keep that pants skirt thing secure as fuck. He is really afraid of that falling down.
You can't pants me. Pants are all.
Yeah, so when you really do... Okay, here.
What is that thing?
Yeah, I was going to say, here's something I'm going to ask. What
no.
the fuck is that?
So some people theorize that's Terra.
Well, it doesn't have a heartless symbol on it, so it's obviously a pure blood.
That fucking thing has yet to ever be explained.
But look cool as fuck. Cause like, come on now, guys. If you had Heartless form in Kingdom Hearts 3, you're telling me you wouldn't want to have one of those?
It is basically a stand.
It's literally fucking stand.
It is though.
Ansem has a fucking stand, boys. Stando. Stando. Put them zeros.
This one's mine. Just me. This one's mine.
Can I just say that all of your combos are just shit? Because someone did not sit there and think, how does this hit on a boss? I guess. Come Guardian!
He has a stand. He just does.
Does he use that thing in later games, or is it just kind of there for like the first game in Chain of Arrow?
Every time he's a boss, he has that thing.
Vanish!
So even the fight in Dream Drop
Yes.
Distance. Okay. So it's just a thing he can do.
Drop dream distance.
Well, yeah, in Dream Drop Distance, it literally like eats him.
It becomes a giant monster, and there's this annoying attack where it just fills this hallway with shots,
Guardian block.
and you can take a lot of damage.
Guardian block. Mickey, you're not supposed to be here. You're not supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be fighting him alone. What are you doing here, Mickey? Come on now.
I did it alone! What now?
Hey, he blocked your attack. It didn't count.
Good old shaky cam.
This is the end.
This is hardly the end.
You're right. Look how many games are after
Your
this.
darkness,
Someone please explain to me
all
how
to
this
you.
is Xehanort's Heartless,
My dark
but
shadow
also
lingers.
Terra's Heartless.
Who wants to? Does anyone want to point out the fact that he has orange eyes?
Will return.
I'm just paying attention to how many belts are on his design.
Wait, now he's blown up. There are no belts.
Sora. Kyrie.
Those other guys I used to hang out with.
The Ansem Heartless is the most confusing as poor thing, where it's
No,
like,
because it doesn't make any sense. Because it's Terra's body, but it's still Xehanort's Heartless. But it's also Terra's Heartless. And that makes no sense.
And I feel like when we finally get an explanation...
0 sense.
I feel like when we
makes not
finally...
much sense of Sora's Heartless being Ventus.
0 sense.
Wait, at least it's consistent though.
I feel like when we finally get an explanation on this in Kingdom
No,
Hearts
it's not
3...
consistent.
Sure it is. We have two people who have two different bodies and hearts and nobodies. But it's one nobody.
It's really faint, but I can
Alright,
sense
glasses.
I think the difference is
My
that
glasses, they'd be off right now.
I think the difference is that Xehanort totally overtook Terra's heart.
Just the same way your light does. Up till now, I thought darkness
But I'm not
was
sure.
something that should never exist.
Clearly, his heart is left inside of Lingering Will.
I was going to say, how does Lingering Will factor into all of this?
Clearly, in
Good
Kingdom
question.
Hearts 3, we have to go get Lingering Will and to get him in the party, and we're gonna go take back Terra's body,
With you,
and we're gonna put the armor on to Xehanort, and we'll get Terra back. But that'll be all part of Xehanort's plan, you see, because then he won't have a body anymore, and he'll time travel to his nobody, who is already pulled to the present, and then he'll become one again, and he'll become Super Xehanort, and that's how he travels back in time to become Mom.
oh, you're calling him mom now. Yes.
really faint. I don't know what to say.
Can we all agree? It obviously...
When the game comes out, ignore the story and just look
can
at
we
the
all agree
gameplay.
that clearly his name is Mom because he saw his mom.
And you beat me to
He
that.
went back in
I
time
said that last
because-
time!
He went back in time because Sora never came to dinner.
These two, I swear to God.
Where did they get a coat that's not...
That's Mickey size?
Man,
Good
Mickey.
question.
Not only the size of
Man,
Mickey,
it
but...
took us months to sit.
Why does he have 3 pockets?
Well, I guess why does he have belts wrapped around his head?
Antarols?
Those are reps, man.
No, there
It's
are
to keep the reps in place.
there are belts on top of the
Between
wraps.
road to light
Between the road
and the road to dark.
and the road to darkness.
Neither suits me. I'm
'Cause
taking
I'm-
the middle road.
'Cause I'm edgy.
Do you mean the twilight road to nightfall?
No. It's the road to dawn.
Oh, baby.
What?
Oh my goodness, guys. I can't take that amount of edge.
Don't cut yourself on the edge now.
What do you mean? I thought this story was about Riku overcoming his edge and becoming a stronger character.
What are you talking
And
about?
the
You
Kingdom
literally
Hearts
just
2.
said, no, it's
And-
the way to dawn. You know, like the name of my Keyblade, the way to dawn.
And again,
But I mean, if he said Twilight Road to Nightfall, that'd have been edgier. I mean, that's like being a Black Adept Rogue in the Twilight Brigade.
and again, this is why I will reiterate: the best Sasuke ever is Bakugo, because he doesn't become a Sasuke. And also, he's not really edgy; he's just more angry, very angry.
Yeah.
He likes to yell die at everything.
That was either the fun or that was either the funnest thing for the VA to do or the worst thing for the VA to do.
Oh, man.
That just kind of ended. At
That
least
was
that, at least
Man,
that,
that was it, man.
at least that
Actually,
means
it's not it. There's another cutscene.
at least that means we can get to the good Kingdom Hearts games now.
And they'll record
Yeah,
properly.
you mean the good Kingdom Hearts game? And
Fuck.
maybe that decent one?
I thought we agreed that Kingdom Hearts 1
Wait,
was a
you
good
play?
game.
You can play this one. You can play that one, right?
What? Which one?
Birth by Sleep.
Yeah, I played Birth by Sleep.
Okay.
Birth by Sleep's pretty good.
All right. No. I mean, you can play that one, right?
What do you mean? What do you mean I can't?
On these discs.
The
Yes.
only two
Okay.
that are not on the collection disc are 358 over 2 days and recoded.
Good.
Not counting the mobile thing.
I mean, if I'm okay, perfect time for me to break out my official Kingdom Hearts top 10. But there's not 10 games,
So
we're just gonna count down what exists.
How many exist?
So we got Recoded at the bottom. Actually, you know what? Take that back. 358 over 2 days at the bottom.
Okay, no, that's better than recoded.
Then Recoded is above it because Recoded does occasionally fun things. But if we're going with story, they can switch. Because while 358 over 2 days does dumber things, it does more fun things in the story. Whereas you could just throw away the Recoded story and not even worry about it. I'm afraid that we need 358 story later. But gameplay-wise, I like Recoded better. So, gameplay plus story-wise, 358 over 2 days at the bottom. Partly for that name. Recoded, directly above that, not far away from it. Right above that, this game. I actually like this game. This game is fun. Nowhere near as good as the rest of them.
Despite its pointless characters.
And we have talked about how this game, as a game, would have been really cool
I still stand
if
by
it had been a game.
I still stand by it should have been turn-based, but we've...
And then we get to what I consider... So the first 2 games are what I consider poor Kingdom Hearts games. This is where we get into... So this game and the next game I'm going to say are what I refer to as decent / good gameplay wise Kingdom Hearts games, and the next one up is 3D because there's things 3D does I don't like, but there's enough things like Kingdom Hearts where it's okay. Now we get to good Kingdom Hearts games. I don't care where you put Birth by Sleep and Kingdom Hearts because I
Get
changed
it?
my mind. But then we get to top tier Kingdom Hearts games. Kingdom Hearts 2. Because if you're not Kingdom Hearts 2, you're not the best yet. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot Point 2. You know what? Point 2 can probably go above Birth by Sleep.
Sweet baby Jesus, that character.
But there's not enough stuff. So.
Holy.
Point 2 is not a game, it's a tech demo.
Yeah, the problem with Point 2 is just a tech demo. That's okay. Because Kingdom Hearts 3 can possibly jump up above Birth by Sleep in the gameplay department. I'm still unsure if it can even compete with 2.
So we just go off and grow like 5 inches taller?
Well, I mean, if you want the rest of the story, you just want to play through for over 2 days. Because if anything important happens in that story, is that the Riku Mickey stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
Also, last cutscene, guys.
Whoa.
Sweet baby Jesus, that character. Beyond the path without you is a forgotten promise to keep. We may have walked side by side, but now we go back to back. And though our paths may not cross, all paths are connected somewhere. When I arrive at where you are, we may not appear to be as we were. But you'll make another promise to keep.
What the hell does any of that mean?
I don't know. I'm sure in Nomura's mind it made sense.
Ow.
Oh, that was a game. Oh,
I'm pretty sure Nomura sat on it and he was like, yep, that sounds like some cryptic ass shit.
Riku's playthrough was like... Riku's playthrough was like literally half the time of Sora's.
Does that unlock another wallpaper?
this is a good point.
Nope.
It's Birth by Sleep.
Birth by Sleep, boys.
It's also Birth by Sleep.
Birth by Sleep, boys.
Nope.
Yeah, doesn't.
Well, there's 5 though.
How convenient. How convenient that...
You got a wallpaper for watching one of the movies, I think.
How convenient that Terra, the guy that had his heart consumed by darkness, handed his Keyblade off to another dude that got his heart consumed by darkness. All you should get from that whole situation is that you should understand that the last thing you should do is probably take a Keyblade from Riku. It just might lead to you getting your heart consumed by darkness.
Okay, we should be ending this.
Ow.
But now, Carson, we can finally move on to Kingdom Hearts 2.
I said we can get to the good game.
Good game.
Oh, jeez. Oof.
That one under it is a game.
Hey, as a compliment from Brian. He calls things the things they are. That means it was good enough to at least get the stamp of approval in the game. Because he rarely calls games good. I think I've only ever heard him call 3 to 4 games good. Brian has a top 5 list, and there are the 5 games I've heard Brian say, that's a good game. There's only 5, I don't even know if there's 5 of them, but I think I might be able to think of 5 games he said, that's a good game. But I can think of several games where he said, that's a game. Which just means that he probably enjoyed it, and so it was a game. And if he doesn't say it was a game, or if he says it in that one tone he says, that was a game,
oh, fuck.
then you know it wasn't a good game.
That Dungeon Dice Monsters GVA, that's a game.
What about Steampunk Chronicles?
That's the best game in the world.
If he says that, it probably means it's not a good game.
Steampunk Chronicles.
I'm trying to think, what's a game Brian really doesn't like?
We
It's
really,
the best game in the world, man.
Hold on. I need to think of a game Brian really doesn't like.
we really need to play Bumpity Trot at some point.
How about I gave it back the other day,
God damn it!
along with a whole stack of games.
Guess what I'm doing? Next paycheck. I'm buying it.
Why don't you just emulate it for free?
Because then I won't have it, man. I won't have it so that I can come over here
I think it's
and
expensive.
we can play it, man. It's like $80.
Plus, I have heard.
Is it worth $80?
Brian's gonna waste $80 for an LP, guys.
I'm trying to think of a game Brian doesn't like. So I can ask him, is that a game?
We don't emulate on this channel.
No, we don't illegal emulate.
No emulation.
Well, then if that's the case, the way we play Sacred Stones just went out the window.
No physical copies only.
I can't think. I'm trying to think of a game I made Brian play that he did not like.
Still recording.
Yes, we
Still going.
really should stop at some point.
I'm sorry, I was just enjoying the commentary.
So, God, you gotta understand now. RNG is okay. What's not okay is when your game is so dependent on RNG that skill is completely ignored.
Hey man,
Games having random elements isn't a problem, but when games have random elements that basically dictate the flow of the game so much that skill is just thrown out the window, we have a problem. Hearthstone is such a game where no matter how good you play, there are cards, if not multiple, that your opponent could just play and everything you did mean jack shit.
What about a game that is a free fighting overhead RPG, but it still has an accuracy stat?
You know what time it is? Because he said that, and it sounded like an idea, and I thought it was time. What about a roguelike
oh my God! So stop.
RPG
Stop. Please no.
shoot 'em up?
No. Stop. You had this idea the other day, and I told you why.
This is why I left
He
this
literally
commentary
means,
in.
like,
This is
He
gold.
literally means like Galaga
I
with
mean-
RPG elements.
I mean Galaga with RPG. I'm talking Toho. Let me a little tone down a little bit.
You mean very
With
toned down?
RPG elements and roguelike features. I'm talking like you go on a level. I'm talking about you go on a level, right? And you're sitting there, and you got like half health. So you get through the end of a section, and it shows you like 3 options, the directions you can go. One has a lot of enemies in case you want to get some XP or get some drops. The other has an average amount, and the other is less dense, but it has basically harder enemies with lots of with more health, but less density. So that you probably won't get hit as much. And you know how all those games, if you shoot something once it dies, enemies have health bars, enemies have stats, bosses have stats. Your attacks are based off of your attack stat to determine how much damage you do in a shot.
This is a horrible idea.
Hey Brian,
Oh,
is Warframe a game?
Eh,
We're still going.
yes.
Is Warframe a game, Brian?
Ooh.
Watch this, Brian. Is it Your Dreams a game?
That's a game. That's a game right there. Like, you know, shortcut, sweet. You know, you got your good parts. You got your complex stuff. It's not too complex. It's not too long. It's very straightforward. It's the exact thing that the PS1 needed when it came out. Perfect. Just hot mix of everything. And it worked.
Is Kingdom Hearts 1 a game?
That's a game.
Oh, lordy.
Is Persona 3 a game?
That's a good game right there.
I'd say this one actually called good.
Is Kingdom Hearts 2 a game?
That's a good game too.
Is Persona 5 a game?
That's a good game.
We had to play this game the other day because I literally asked him if he liked if there was a game he liked, and I determined that when he says that a game is a game, it means he liked it, he enjoyed it. But if he says it's a good game, that means the game did something to impress him at some point.
I was thinking about that soundtrack today, actually.
Persona 5 or Kingdom Hearts?
That's a good soundtrack right there.
Oh.
Was that after I said?
I wanted to play some Persona 5 because I was thinking about that soundtrack. So I was just like, man, that was a good game. And then I thought about that stupid ass list of nitpicky, stupid ass complaints that made no sense.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I found a really bad list of complaints.
Where
These weren't even constructive complaints. These were things that half of them didn't even make sense because you would need context for them to make sense.
There might have been 6 things that honestly were real complaints. There might have been 6 things
And
that
they
probably
were like
I would be like,
minor
yeah,
complaints.
you know what? You're right. Probably.
Like minor complaints. Like if you didn't change it, it wouldn't matter. But then the people said really nonsensical stuff that either clearly they didn't understand the point of the thing, or it didn't
Only
make
played
sense.
Persona 3 Portable.
Because
Played at Persona 3
somebody
Portable.
literally said something like more diverse pool of personas, and that's all they said. And you know, the guys who were watching it, me and Brian were kind of like, I don't know what they mean by that.
we should probably just stop it
I
here.
can't remember what was the other dumb one. There was another one that was just like, what
I'm just
do they
letting
mean?
it go. This commentary was kind of funny.
So when I tell you that, like, everything, like, no matter what, like, we're talking cards that literally say, to give a better point of how stupid Hearthstone got over the years, they introduced old gods. And if you don't know anything about Warcraft lore, the old gods are basically just random ass things that were in the bottom of some pit that basically spoke up and was like, hey, kill everything. But old gods were interesting cards because old gods basically all produced win conditions. Now, here was the problem, is that Yogg Saron was the old god that produced the win condition of every time a spell was cast in this game, cast a random spell. So you play a bunch of spells, and then you play Yogg Saron, and then Yogg Saron would just start casting random spells. Which means this could go one of 2 ways. Either it went beneficial for you, or Yogg Saron meteored himself, killed himself, but still continued to cast spells. This was fixed in a later patch, where they basically said that if Yogg Saron killed himself, he stopped. But this still results in the same thing.
I just let him go.
Yeah, I was just exiting out.
I can cut the recording in a second. Brian was just rambling on, so I just wanted to...
So random is cool, guys. Random is cool as long as random doesn't become, oh, well, you are definitely going to win this game until Yogg Saron fireballed your face twice for some reason.
Okay. I'm about to just stop the recording. I just let us go on a minute because I found the commentary just kind of funny. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed Chain of Memories, and I hope you also enjoyed Riku's story. But anyway, we need to go, so I'm going to click out of this. See you guys next time for more Kingdom Hearts shenanigans, because Sean was hyped to play
We're
Kingdom
trying to
Hearts.
get to the good game.
Anyway, I'm ending this now. it's time for the question of the day, my overall thoughts on the topic. So, anyway, what did you guys think of Reverse Rebirth and Rechain of Memories as a whole? First off, Reverse Rebirth, I think it has some very cool ideas. Riku had some interesting mechanics, but a few of his set decks are awful. Wonderland is one of the worst decks he has. As for Rechain of Memories as a whole, this wasn't a bad game, but making the game 3D did add a few weird problems. But overall, I think Chain of Memories and Rechain of Memories get a little bit too much hate. However, I'm not saying these games are perfect. It's not the best game, but it's definitely not the worst. Anyway, you can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments, or you can leave them on social media. My social media links are in the video description. Now, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button and leave some comments. If you want to keep up with our videos, hit the subscription button and ring the notification bell. And if you follow me on social media, that helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. See you all next time.